Welcome back to Healthy Child Habits, where we turn confusing parenting science into simple, everyday choices. Today, we are talking about 5 nutrition myths that almost every parent has heard, and probably believed at some point. These myths can make you feel guilty, overwhelmed, or like you are constantly failing at meal times. My goal in this video is to give you clear, evidence-based information so you can let go of the guilt and focus on what actually matters for your child's health. Before we jump right in, do consider subscribing to this channel if you like this type of content. Myth number 1. Sugar makes kids hyper. You have probably seen it. The kids eat cake at a birthday party, and suddenly it feels like chaos. So it must be the sugar, right? Surprisingly, the research says something very different. Multiple well-designed studies, including double-blind trials where parents did not know whether their kids had sugar or a sugar-free substitute, found no consistent link between sugar intake and hyperactivity in typical children. So why does it seem so real? A huge part of it is context and expectation. At a birthday party, kids are excited. They are around friends. There is loud music, games, and a break from routine. Of course, they are going to act more energetic. When parents expect sugar to cause wild behavior, they are more likely to notice and label normal excitement as hyper. That does not mean sugar is harmless. Too much added sugar is linked with cavities, weight gain, and energy crashes. But it is not turning your child into a different person within minutes. What can you do instead of fearing every cupcake? Think about patterns, not one-time treats. Aim to limit sugary drinks, candies, and desserts in the everyday routine, and allow special treats without making them feel forbidden or magical. When we demonize sugar, kids can become more obsessed with it. Keep desserts neutral. A cookie is just a cookie, not a reward for being good or a forbidden sin. Myth number 2. Juice is just as healthy as fruit. This one is everywhere because the packaging on juice boxes looks so convincing. It says 100% juice, no added sugar, maybe even a picture of a smiling orange. But juice and whole fruit behave very differently in your child's body. When you juice fruit, you remove almost all of the fiber. Fiber is the part that slows down how quickly sugar hits the bloodstream and helps your child feel full. Without fiber, your child is basically drinking a concentrated sugar solution. It can take 3 or 4 oranges to make 1 glass of orange juice. Your child would never sit and eat 4 oranges at once, but they can easily drink that glass of juice in a few gulps. On top of that, juice bathes the teeth in sugar over and over, which is a major driver of tooth decay. That is why pediatric guidelines recommend no juice at all for babies under 1, and strict limits for older kids, usually around 4 to 6 ounces per day. So what should you do instead? When possible, offer water as the default drink and serve whole fruit instead of juice. If your child already loves juice, do not panic. You can gradually dilute it with water or offer it only with meals, not in a sippy cup that they carry around all day. The goal is not perfection. It is reducing how often and how much. Myth number 3. Most kids need daily vitamins and special supplements to be healthy. Walk down the supplement aisle, and it is easy to feel like you are not doing enough. There are gummies for brain power, immune boosters, growth, focus, and calm. It sends a powerful message that normal food is not enough. But for most healthy children who eat some variety of foods, the evidence tells us they do not need a daily multivitamin or a shelf full of powders. In fact, certain vitamins, especially the fat-soluble ones like A, D, E, and K, can build up in the body and cause harm if taken in excess. Now there are important exceptions. Many breastfed babies need vitamin D. Some children at risk of iron deficiency benefit from iron supplements. Kids with very restricted diets because of allergies, medical conditions, or extreme picky eating might truly need targeted supplements. But the key is that these decisions should be based on your child's specific situation, ideally with input from your pediatrician, not from a marketing slogan. So what can you do instead of automatically buying supplements? First, focus on building a balanced plate most days. Some kind of protein, a source of healthy fat, colorful fruits and vegetables where you can, and whole grains. Second, if you are worried about a specific nutrient, like iron, vitamin D, or B12, ask your child's doctor if testing or a tailored supplement makes sense. Use supplements as a safety net when truly needed, not as a replacement for food. Myth number 4. Low-fat or diet foods are better for kids and prevent obesity. This myth comes from applying adult diet culture to growing children. For little ones, especially under the age of 2, fat is absolutely essential. Their brains are growing at an incredible rate, and fat is a key building block for the brain and nervous system. It also helps absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K. When we automatically choose low-fat everything or restrict portions out of fear of weight gain, we can accidentally deprive kids of the nutrients they need and create anxiety around food. Research also shows that when parents are very controlling about how much a child eats, kids are more likely to ignore their own hunger and fullness signals, which can lead to overeating when they finally get access to those forbidden foods. So how do you protect your child's long-term health without putting them on a diet? For toddlers and young kids, it is usually appropriate to serve whole milk dairy unless your pediatrician suggests. Otherwise, include healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, nut butters, and fatty fish, and avoid labeling foods as good, bad, fattening, or junk in front of your child. Instead, talk about foods in terms of what they do. This helps your muscles. This helps your brain. This gives you quick energy, but it does not last very long. If there is a genuine concern about your child's growth curve or weight, work closely with their healthcare provider. The goal is always to support growth, not restrict it. Myth number 5. Gluten-free or carb-free eating is healthier for all kids. Because gluten-free is trendy for adults, it has slid into kids' diets too. For children who have celiac disease or a diagnosed wheat allergy, avoiding gluten is non-negotiable and life-changing. But for children without these conditions, there is no evidence that cutting gluten automatically makes them healthier. In fact, many gluten-free packaged products are more processed, lower in fiber, and lower in important nutrients like B vitamins and iron than their regular counterparts. They also tend to be more expensive, which adds unnecessary stress for families. Similarly, carbs have been villainized by adult diet trends. But children are not mini adults. They are growing, playing, learning, and constantly on the move. Carbohydrates are the body's preferred fuel source for the brain and muscles. Without enough carbs, kids can feel tired, irritable, and have difficulty concentrating. So what should carbs look like for kids? Aim for complex carbohydrates most of the time. Things like oats, brown rice, whole wheat bread, or pasta if tolerated. Beans, lentils, potatoes, and other starchy vegetables. These provide fiber, vitamins, and more stable energy. You do not need to cut out birthday cake or pizza nights. You just want those to be part of the picture, not the daily foundation. Let's quickly recap the 5 myths and what to do instead. Myth 1. Sugar causes hyperactivity. Reality: context and excitement are the bigger drivers of wild behavior. Focus on overall added sugar intake, not one-time treats. Myth 2. Juice is just as healthy as fruit. Reality: juice is fruit sugar without the fiber. Prioritize water and whole fruit, and limit juice. Myth 3. All kids need daily vitamins and supplements. Reality: most healthy kids get what they need from food. Use supplements only when there is a clear medical reason. Myth 4. Low-fat diets prevent obesity in kids. Reality: kids need fat for brain growth and vitamins. Focus on healthy fats and responsive feeding, not restriction. Myth 5. Gluten-free and low-carb are healthier for everyone. Reality: those approaches are only helpful for specific medical conditions. Most kids thrive with balanced fiber-rich carbohydrates. Parenting is hard enough without all this conflicting advice. If you have believed any of these myths, you are not alone. The fact that you are watching this and learning means you are already doing something powerful for your child. If this video helped clear up some confusion, tap like so more parents can find it, and subscribe to Healthy Child Habits for more evidence-based, judgment-free guidance. Tell me in the comments which myth surprised you the most, or which one you grew up hearing. I read your comments and they help me decide what to cover next. Thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next video.